Hi folks, Tom from Fandabi Dozi. Thanks for tuning in. So it's mid-November, and this time of year in the Celtic calendar was known as Samhain. And you know, it marks the end of the summer months, the months of light. It's the end of the harvest, and we're now transitioning into the darker months of the year. And people believe that the Brige, the goddess of rebirth and light, she's starting to go to sleep at this time of year, and the Cailleach of winter is beginning to tighten her grip on the land. And people believe that around this time of year the portal between this world and the other world is at its thinnest. So it's the time of year that you're closest to your dead ancestors and otherworldly beings. Now obviously it's easy to just pass these stories off as old superstitions and myths, but you know, I think they shouldn't be seen literally, but they can be interesting to analyze, to look for the deeper metaphors within them, because humans, for all of our existence on this planet, we've used stories to communicate the unexplainable through the generations. And you know, I've been thinking, we're very disconnected from the seasons nowadays, you know, because of the 9-to-5 work week, central heating, artificial lighting, having, you know, non-seasonal food all through the year. So for me personally, around this time of year, I feel like the season does affect me. I'm more tired, a bit more depressed. It's like the sort of shadows of the unconscious are sort of beginning to appear. And I just feel like I'm getting ready for hibernation. And some of these feelings have been labelled seasonal affective disorder, I think it's called. And with a label like that, it sort of makes it seem like it's the seasons that's putting us out of order. But I've been recently thinking whether it's just our modern life is not in with the seasons. But you know, it's difficult to imagine how difficult winter was for our ancestors. Like survival was a real reality for them. And although it would have been very uncomfortable, I think living just that bit closer to the land and to the reality of the seasons and nature, I think it would have made them much more humble than we are in the modern day. And you know, I've been thinking, you know, again, on one hand, I'm very grateful of the technological advances of humans, but on the other hand, I feel like our comfort has made a sort of a bubble of illusion. We sort of live in this bubble of technology and human superiority and separateness, and you know, all the habits that we've acquired in the modern world means that we're sort of cutting the branch that we're sitting on. And you know, I feel like one day nature is going to come up with the needle and go pop and make us humble again. And so sort of sitting here now, looking around the forest floor, looking at all the dead leaves and the smooshy fungi, all the sort of the death and the stillness. It makes those old stories sort of make a bit more sense in a kind of unexplainable way. You know, this time of year is also a time to reflect on the summer, celebrate what needs to be celebrated, but also have a good honest look at what you did wrong and what you could improve upon. So I thought I would tie that into the rest of the video. And I was thinking I'll do a little bit of a channel update. You know, and although this channel's a few years old, this past year I consider as the first proper year on YouTube, the first year that I've put a lot of effort into it. And so I wanted to share my experiences of that. Also thought I'd share the past year in general, and you know, how I've been trying to make a living from dressing as a Highlander and teaching bushcraft and making videos. Also thought I'd share my winter plans. I'm going to be moving to France to live with my girlfriend, start some projects there, and I generally give you a heads up for some events next year. But first of all, I wanted to give a shout out to my buddy Rodney from Australia, and he very kindly sent me a handmade Crocodile Dundee sort of style knife. Really beautiful big chunky knife. I think the handle is made out of some sort of eucalyptus, thick blade, really good sort of chopping knife. I've been using it a lot around this camp just to process firewood and stuff. I meant to do a shout out months ago, but just didn't get around to it. So thanks so much, Rodney, for sending that. Really, really appreciated. Comes with a beautiful sheath as well. So for this past sort of year, I thought I'd give it a go and try and make a living from doing this sort of stuff. As I said, it's my first sort of proper year putting a lot of effort into YouTube, but I've also been working for a company called DD Hammocks, a Scottish company that makes tents, tarps, hammocks. I've also been working for Primal Bushcraft Survival. It's a company I'm doing the Highlander courses with, but also doing lots of other courses. It's been really fun working with them, and also teaching some private lessons and private courses. So I've been trying to do 4 different sources of income. And in terms for YouTube, you know, there's a sort of belief that if you've got a lot of followers, if you've got lots of subscribers, then you're making lots of money and you're rich. And you know, that's just not true. It's getting harder and harder to make a living off YouTube. I think the glory days are sort of past, and you know, every other month I'm getting an email about some other change to their, you know, the way they monetize and ads and stuff like that. But you know, this year I wanted to put out a lot of videos, and I really, really enjoy making them, and I'm so glad a lot of people enjoy them. So you know, I was trying to do a video once a week, but I was finding I was sort of burning myself out a bit. You know, when you're considering the research, the filming location and weather conditions, filming it, editing it, making thumbnails, you know, it takes a lot of effort. You know, if you broke it down to how many hours of work to what I was getting, it's sort of it wasn't sustainable. And you know, before this year, I never really spent that much time on the computer, online. I never really used social media that much, other than YouTube and Facebook. And then I sort of suddenly realized that, you know, I want to promote, you know, people should go outside and learn about their ancestors and practice bushcraft, and you know, spend less time inside on screens, on social media. And you know, I was finding myself that although it was great to be outside and filming, I had to spend a lot of time inside in front of a screen, on social media, editing and sharing my work, which, you know, is just the reality of it. But I started to feel like it wasn't so great for my mental health. But you know, on the positive side, it's been an amazing year. I've really enjoyed making videos, and I've been, you know, I'm really grateful for all the good feedback and the support through Patreon and stuff. You know, I can't tell you how much I appreciate all that. So I'm still committed to keep the channel going. I just won't be doing as regularly as once a week that I was doing earlier. In general, it's been a really fun and challenging year, you know, juggling those 4 incomes. So these past couple of months I had to sort of drop everything and put a lot of effort in my mountain leader training. I did my assessment a few weeks ago and I passed it, so I've now got my summer mountain leader qualification, which is good. It means I can do some more adventurous courses next year. If anyone's interested in any private lessons or courses for next year, whether it's just general bushcraft or Highlander bushcraft or general summer mountaineering, then you can contact me in the email in the description below. And as for winter plans, as I said, I'm going to be moving to France to meet my girlfriend. It's my turn to go live in France for a bit. So anyone watching or anyone who follows the channels from a nice area of France, then get in contact and give me some advice and some cool places to go. That'd be really appreciated. And while I'm over there, you know, I'll try to do some videos when I can, but I'm also going to be working on a website and an ebook. The ebook is still in its early stages, but it's going to be on Gallic medicinal plants and different stories attached to the plants, and how you can still use the different plants today. Then planning on being back in Bonnie, Scotland around the end of March. I've got a few things in the diary. Going to be doing a charity event with retro outdoor equipment. Got 2 more Highlander survival courses in the diary. We've got one in May and one in September. I'll put a link to Primal Bushcraft Survival website in the description below. Go check out the courses, and it'd be great to have some of you come along. So I hope I didn't bore you too much with my re-rant. Hope you enjoyed having a wee insight into my past sort of year trying to make a living doing this different stuff. as I said, please get in contact if you're interested in courses. Thanks again so much for all the support to my patrons. People donated to PayPal, people have sent nice messages. All really appreciate it. All relevant links are also below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in a video soon. And, go outside and enjoy yourself.